What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new episode, 5 Minutes of Fitness with Coach Joe. And let's talk all about the most important mindset habit that you can simply develop, and that's discipline. You know, at the end of the day, I always say it, successful people do what they have to do whether they feel like it or not. And when you master discipline, oh man, it just makes your life so much easier, because at the end of the day, wherever it is that you're trying to get to, let's say you're trying to burn body fat, let's say you're trying to start a business, all you have to do is just not give up. Like, that's it. Like, most people that lack discipline are the quitters. Those are the people that give up constantly. But also at the same time, the people that lack discipline are the ones that had some success and then they just stop being hungry. And maybe you guys heard the phrase or, seen the motivational photo on Facebook or the internet. There's always going to be two types of wolves. There's going to be a wolf at the top of the mountain and then a wolf climbing the mountain. Well, guess what? That wolf that's climbing the mountain, that one's always going to be way hungrier. And whenever it is that you achieve a goal, trust me, it's okay to celebrate. It's okay to, admire yourself for having success. You should feel very proud of yourself. But make a new goal. Like, go after the next thing. Let's say you want to lose 50 pounds, get off your blood pressure meds. Awesome, great. Achieve that goal, and then what's the next thing that you want to achieve? Maybe it's, I want to get six-pack abs. Maybe it's, I want to maintain my six-pack abs. Maybe it's, doing a Tough Mudder or something fun like that, right? Where it's just like, hey, I thought maybe I could never do this before. And you decide to push yourself, right? Because it's always making you hungrier. And that's the wolf mentality, is you're not settling for anything less. Our mindset coach, he talks about this often on these calls where, at the end of the day, there could be a pot of gold, right, in the middle of the forest, and you're running, right? You want that gold. You want that, right? And that might be somebody that wants to lose some weight, right? But you're going to run a lot faster if there's a bear chasing you, plain and simple. Like, if you got a pot of gold over here, hey, I'm going to run. But if you're over here running for your life because a bear's chasing you, you're going to run a lot faster. So you got to have that mentality. And the only way to get that mentality and to have success long-term, not short-term, these, cookie cutter things like cut out some, carbs and fast and all this cardio, you lose some weight for the short term. I mean, long-term success. I mean, legit long-term success. The only way to have that is having discipline. But you gotta be focused on not just the goal, but what are you running away from? What is the pain that you're trying to avoid? I have a big goal. I want to change 1 million people's lives. But at the end of the day, there's also some pain on the back end where it's like, hey, there's some people out there, some haters that I want to prove wrong also. And I know there's a lot of lives that I want to change, but also I use that pain to push me to greatness. I want to prove these guys wrong, most importantly. And so, that's what's going to help you. Because at the end of the day, you got to get the motivation out of there. Literally, motivation is BS, okay? And you can go on YouTube, listen to some of my videos, right? And you'll feel completely motivated for maybe an hour or two, maybe a whole day, right? Oh, I'm going to start walking more. I'm going to start, eating more protein, doing push-ups, right? Feel good, create better leadership, habits for my family. Guess what? At the end of the day, motivation, it's going to just drain away. It's got its own shelf life. Discipline, though, that's everlasting. But here's the problem, right? Is motivation gets you started. Discipline keeps you going. Okay? I'll repeat that. Motivation gets you started. Discipline keeps you going. So it's okay to have some motivation, but at the end of the day, you cannot rely on motivation, right, for the rest of your life. Cutting out carbs, right? Not too sustainable. Doesn't really best suit somebody's lifestyle. So at the end of the day, think about it like this, okay? The discipline to having better habits that fit in best with your lifestyle, that's more sustainable, you might have slower progression, but guess what? Long-term progression, rather than just some quick wins of losing a whole bunch of water weight from cutting out your carbs in the very beginning. Think about that as the difference between motivation and discipline. So be that wolf that's constantly climbing up that hill. And it's okay to celebrate when you get to the very top and reach your goals, but hey, make a new one. Go after it. Because at the end of the day, you only got one life to live. live it to the best.